Like your kid with a broken arm. See, the only difference is it's your checkbook that's broken. Okay? And you need to be there if you want to fix that. Okay? Is this too tough for you? Okay? Hey, your children might be a reason. Bring a nanny. Bring a babysitter. Bring one of your older kids, a niece, a nephew. The kids can come with you. That's part of building relationships, getting to know everybody's children and their family. Bring them with you, but you need to bring someone who can help you out so that you don't miss the event, the trainings and the dinners and all that good stuff. Hey, well, my spouse isn't supportive. Hey, you got your spouse to marry you. You can't get them to come away for 3 days. You got them to decide to spend the rest of their life with you, but you can't close them on 3 days. That doesn't make sense to me. Come on. Right? I had a gal in my base shop, Shireen, last year. Robert Bethea went to her house because he didn't leave registration up to her, sat in front of her in her computer and said, you need to go to this. And she said, okay. And he got her credit card, got her to sign up. She didn't even tell her husband. Not until the day they were leaving and they were on their way on the freeway up to our event. They fought all the way up. He wasn't in the business. He was not supportive yet. She'd been in it for a few months. Nothing had really moved. She made a decision. She got him to get in the car, all the kids, they drove up, they fought all the way. They were unhappy on Friday night dinner, okay? She was unhappy because he was unhappy, and it was a big unhappy mess, right? But she kept him coming around. He hung out with us. He got to know us. He turned in his IBA Sunday when the event was over. So what do you mean you can't get your spouse there? They're not supportive, right? Come on, this is why they need to get there. Your work, you can't get off work. You're going to let them convince you that their goals and dreams are more important than your family's? That's what you're saying by not calling in sick. You've called in sick for dumber reasons. I'm not feeling well. You had a rough night and you don't want to go in, right? Some of you guys. I remember those days. Okay, so come on. You've called in for worse reasons than that. So you need to have one-on-one talks with your couples. Get to their house. Sell them on the importance. Ask them, when was the last time the two of you got away by yourselves? Leave the kids at home if you want. Bring them with you. It doesn't matter. Hey, some people might say, you know what? Time and money are always the issue. And I can tell you, I've been in this business. My first retreat was August of '98. Okay, so I've been in the business now 12 years. And I can tell you in a 12-year period of time, if I'm going overboard with this, okay? If I was to invest $5,000 a year into Primerica with builder school tickets, recharge, registration, those kind of seminars, things like that. That's what I'm talking about. And 5,000 is a lot, okay? But let's just say I did. $5,000 over a 12-year period of time is roughly about what? $60,000 in 12 years I've invested. And the company has paid me over $2 million since I've been here in the last 12 years. Was my investment worth it? You can't find a better investment than that. Not even a mutual fund can do what that just happened right there. Okay? So what do you mean? Money. You better find the money because it's only worth everything, right? Money is an issue when you don't believe you can get more out of it than you put into it. That's when money's an issue. That's when time's an issue. You don't want to give up your time. You don't want to give up the investment because you don't believe that what you put in will actually get you something in return. That's a belief issue, and you need to fix that. So let's look at the flip side. If you were to give 40 hours a week for the next 40 years on an hourly or salary wage, and the statistic says 95% of people will retire dead broke or still working, I don't know. Got real quiet. See, if you don't start investing in PFS, then you already know the end result of investing in a job. 95% of you will be dead broke or still working at 65. So why not just give it a shot? Why not just give it a chance? Why not just go for it? So why not invest in something that you know can at least double your income, help you get out of debt faster, help you save more money, but you're going to have to start practicing what we preach. The only time money is an issue is because you're making money, but you're not saving it. You're making money, you're not getting yourself out of debt. So you're saying, well, how can I go to a recharge? I'm in debt. Well, what have you been doing with the checks we've been giving you? If you got here so that you could get out of debt and save more money and have some breathing room in your lifestyle, you've been blowing that money like you've been blowing your paycheck? You got to do something with that money. Hey, if at the end of the year, your financial situation hasn't changed, no wonder your spouse isn't supportive. You blew all that money. Some of you are making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a year in this business. And your life hasn't changed. Your debt is probably more. You still have no savings. What have you been doing with that money? You've been buying toys. Now you got extra money you can breathe. You've been buying stuff. Come on. We got to practice what we preach. We tell clients to cut their budget. Get rid of your cable. Get rid of that water. Why do your kids got to play so many sports? No wonder you're broke. But you don't do it. Man, if you're serious, then you're going to start practicing what you preach. And I promise you, if you practice what you actually preach, your results will be better. Your team will be bigger. Your business will be bigger. You'll feel better about you. Your spouse will feel better about you. And when we talk about going to the recharge, we're not going to have to pull teeth. So you got to get committed. You got to make the decision. I got plenty of stories, just like you heard Liao. Not paying my bills on time didn't matter, right? Some being late on things, seemed like my insurance was always lapsing. I had to restart it again. Crap happened all the way along the way, but I knew, man, if I just stay focused long enough, it's all going to be worth it. And I got myself out of $50,000 in credit card debt in 5 years because I practiced what we preached. When I started making $104,000, 10, 12 grand a month, I didn't say, oh, great, babe, now we got all this money. Let's just go spend it. I said, no, babe, this is what we need to do. 6-month game plan. Okay? Our debt stacking didn't work in an F&A. Doesn't work with like 20 creditors. There ain't enough boxes. Okay? So I had to do my own debt stacking page. And I just ordered them from smallest to largest. We started making $2,000 bonuses, $3,000 bonuses. We kept our expenses low, drove the same cars we drove before we were RVP. I said 6-month game plan. If we keep doing what we're doing, by the next recharge, and that was from April to September, before we go to that next recharge in 2002, I want to write the last check to the creditor of our $50,000. And 2 days before we left, I did. Alan bagged his lunch. We didn't eat out. We didn't go crazy with our money, start buying things. We housed with our RVP, and we housed. He knew we had a game plan. We didn't house because we were blowing our money. We housed because I told him, look, we got to get out of debt. And as soon as we can get out of debt, I can get out of your house, okay? But I got to get out of debt. I'm not going to open up my own office, and I got this $50,000 black cloud above my head. I want to get out of that. But I didn't milk him for 4 years and house with him because his rent was cheaper, right? Still was expensive, I thought, but it was cheaper. Okay? Hey, I practiced what we preached. I got out of debt. That year we paid $50,000 off and saved $40,000. Opened our office cash and paid for my wedding cash. Have no debt from my wedding the day I got married. No wonder Alan had a big smile on his face, right? Okay? Hey, I'm going to end with this because I got 1 minute. If you don't go to the recharge, and leaders, you get to decide. I got 24 hours in a day, and those hours go by fast. I mean, man, those minutes tick by, and I wonder what the heck happened. And I can tell you that my minutes are going to be spent wisely because I can never get them back. And they're going to be spent with the people who have committed, and they've decided. Now, just if you don't decide this time, doesn't mean I don't like you. I'm not going to ignore you, and I'm going to help you because hopefully one day it will snap for you. They had to put Alan's arm behind his back to go to the first recharge, so I get all of that, okay? But my minutes are going to be spent wisely. It's going to be spent with the most committed. The most committed get the most minutes. And that's the way I'm going to run my business, and if you don't go to the recharge, you're just window shopping here. And I hope sooner or later you make the decision to get serious because as soon as you do, it's all over. All right? Thanks, guys.